What is up, you guys? This is Mini Superheroes Today. And in today's video, I'll be doing a custom showcase on the LEGO minifigures customized to look like those from the CW event Crisis on Infinite Earths. Now, before we get started, I do want to point out that this figure is a custom sent to me by Minifig Factory, but every other figure here you'll be able to build using 100% official LEGO pieces. So without further ado, let's dive in and start breaking these figures down. And here we've got Green Arrow from the Arrowverse. So to build this figure, I used the legs, torso, and head from the regular Green Arrow minifigure that came with the LEGO Dimensions sets. Then, of course, I gave him Hawkeye's bow because I feel like the black bow is actually a lot more realistic for this character in particular. Then I switched out the arms for dark green arms with black gloves that I think really works better for grounding this character and making him look more realistic. I gave him this green hood, which came from the Lord of the Rings series of sets, and then flipping him around, I made sure that I gave him a arrow quiver here, and I considered using a black one, but just to keep with the theme of it being green, I decided to go with a green one. And as mentioned, this is the only figure in this lot that isn't a purist custom, but it just looks so perfect that I had to use this one for this showcase. So this is a custom Flash figure sent to me by my friends over at Minifig Factory, and I really love this one because if you look at the torso, the Flash logo is lifted off as well as the belt. They're like 3D embossed on, and it's just a really great looking figure, and like I said, there's no way I could build a purist custom better than this one, so this is my option. But from here on out, it's all purist customs. And here we've got Supergirl in her most recent suit, and I'm really happy with the way that this one turned out, actually. The hair is from Agent 13 from the LEGO Captain America Civil War Airport Battle set, but it's coming other places, don't worry. The face is the Black Widow Jyn Erso face that's been used 100 bazillion times in different LEGO sets, so luckily that one's pretty common. I put a papery cape on because you guys know I hate spongy capes, so paper cape all the way. And then the torso is from the Batman vs. Superman or Justice League Superman figures. And then the legs are these like blue on top, dark red on bottom legs, which have come in several places, most recently at the Build-A-Minifigure station at local LEGO stores. And I think that that really pulls together Kara's suit for how she looks in the Crisis event, and I love this figure. So to build Black Lightning, you'll need this hair that's come on Falcon and Finn from Star Wars and lots of other places. The torso and head are from Black Vulcan from the LEGO Batman movie collectible minifigure series 2. The arms, as you can see on the sides here, are actually from Sam Flynn from the Tron set, with just some black hands attached on there at the end. And then the legs are from the space villain from the LEGO collectible minifigure series 19 figure. Here we've got the Superman from the Supergirl universe, of course, and to build this figure, I used the same, dark blue legs, red boots on bottom. I used the torso from the Man of Steel Superman with a cape right on there. Then I used that Man of Steel Superman head with the Bruce Wayne hair, which, of course, is Superman's hair, too. I don't know why I call it Bruce Wayne hair, but it's just kind of this slick back hair, and I think that that really completes the look well without having to use too many pieces to get from here to there. Here we've got Brandon Routh's Superman, which of course is the alternate reality Superman. And to build this figure, I used the legs from Spider-Man from the most recent LEGO Marvel sets to get those blue tops and red boots on bottom. Then I put them on red hips in the classic comic book torso from Superman with the Justice League Superman head right there, and then the classic Superman curled look with a cape. So pretty simple to build, pretty easy to put together, and we'll keep moving right along. Here we've got Batwoman, and to build Batwoman, I used the regular cape, the Batwoman cowl, and the torso from regular old Batwoman. Then I put some black hands on there to kind of darken the suit up a good bit, and then I made sure that I used Red Skull's legs from his like Iron Man style armor from the Red Skull scuba set from a few years ago. And then for the head, because I didn't really like the head looking so white for something realistic, I actually used Batgirl's head from several years ago, and I think that that pulls it together pretty well. You just want to make sure you don't push the cowl down the whole way so that the eyes actually line up with the eye holes instead of it going down too far, but even when it's not pushed down the whole way, it still looks pretty good. Here we've got John Wesley Shipp's Barry Allen, the older Barry Allen that is, and to build this figure, I used the Flash legs that have the yellow boots with red tops, and then the rest from the top up is just a regular old Flash, so that makes it super easy. Here we've got Clark Kent from Smallville, from that universe that is, where he was out chopping wood, and I really like the way that this figure turned out, because as you can see, he's got the, like, kind of sorry Superman face, and while he doesn't really make this face in Crisis, for whatever reason, I think that this really captures the likeness a lot. So the legs and torso are from Ned from Spider-Man Far From Home, then the hands are switched out to tan hands to match that party Superman head from the Lego Batman movie, and then I gave him Agent Coulson's hair from the Lego Marvel sets. Here we've got Kevin Conroy's Bruce Wayne, and for this I used Lex Luthor's suit, Old Man Luke Skywalker's head, and then just the tousled back brown hair from Peter Parker from Spider-Man Far From Home. Now Bruce Wayne, of course, the big thing here was that he had kind of like an exosuit on, but I couldn't think of any way to actually pull that off and make it work. Maybe there's just some glaringly obvious choice that's right in front of me, but this is where you guys can come into play and give me a hand if you have any ideas. So if you have an idea, drop it in the comments below. Here we've got Lex Luthor, and interestingly, he's got a beard this go-around. So what I used here, just to change it up from Bruce Wayne's suit, is I used the suit from the Shanghai Thug from Lego Indiana Jones, but you could use any Lego suit. It's really not a big deal. And then the head is from some character from Prince of Persia, excuse me. But I really don't remember what his name was. I just like that thick beard and it worked really well. But also Snap Wexley from Star Wars. His beard would work pretty well too for this. So whatever options you have, you can use. And here we've got Pariah, and to build this figure, it's actually really easy. I just flipped around the torso from Ra's al Ghul, made sure I kept that green cape. I used this head from one of the Hoth Rebel Troopers that's come in several sets over the years, and then I used that tousled back hair once again from Peter Parker from Spider-Man Far From Home. That hair is so handy, and it comes in handy making customs pretty often, and this is no exception. Now, I do want to give a shout out before we get too far into this to Minifigs, Mox, and More over on Instagram. He's a good pal of mine over there, and he had some cool designs for these, and I based mine off of those and then built them out a little bit based on what pieces I had in my collection. But in any case, let's go ahead and start breaking these down. So, for Harbinger, there's not too many pieces here, but all of these figures do have pieces that you'll want to pay attention to because they're from a lot of different themes. So, for Harbinger, I used this hair that is from the Lego Build-A-Figure pod at Lego stores. I don't know if it's still there, but I know that's where I got mine. The head is from Scarlet Witch from Age of Ultron. The torso is from Edna Mode from the Lego Disney Collectible Minifigure series, and the legs are from Aisha from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Now hopping over to Monitor, the head is from the Lego Batman movie accessory pack Cop, and I've used this head for like Luke Cage and things like that. It's a very useful head. It's a shame that it only came in one place and it's pretty tough to get these days. In any case, the neck piece that's built around here was a brilliant idea from my pal Minifig, Mox, and More, and that's from Ultron, the second version, where he's kind of got the darker part there. Then, of course, I used this shoulder piece here, which is from Lego Ninjago, and you can see it holds swords on the back, but I think it works really well for this, and there was a Mighty Micros Thanos that actually had a nice gold piece here too, but for whatever reason, I can't find mine, so I had to go with the next best option. Moving down, the torso is from Wasp, from Ant-Man and the Wasp, but flipped around, so that's like her backpack wings thing on the front, but it actually looks pretty good for this. The arms I pulled were from Ultron, from Age of Ultron, of course, and there's probably better options if you went with, like, black arms or something, but I try to use the least amount of figures as possible, and I like the way that the gray and gunmetal silver kind of mesh with the torso, so I used that. And then my favorite part of this figure is adding the legs from Aragorn from the Lego Lord of the Rings line of sets. I think that that's a nice way to pull this figure together. And last but certainly not least, we've got the AntiMonitor. And to build this figure, it was a little bit tricky because he's kind of got like a white/gray head, and it was tough to find something that worked, but I used the old Darth Vader scarred up head, and I thought that that worked pretty well. So moving down, I used this torso armor piece here from the Galactic Space Marine from the Collectible Minifigure series, coupled with some dark blue hands on black arms, with the Space Bad Guy's torso from Collectible Minifigure Series 19, and then I used the legs from Tron and put all that together for... So let's zoom out and take a look at these figures as a whole and as a final showcase, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Well guys, I hope that you liked this Purist Custom Showcase. This is one of the biggest ones I've done in a while, and it was pretty exhausting to put together. So drop a comment below, let me know which figures you think look the best, and be sure to hit like and subscribe for more videos just like this one. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys on the next video. If you liked what you saw and you liked what you heard, feel free to click that subscribe button for more LEGO content coming in the near future. So, thanks for tuning in to today's video, and until next time, build on.